Welcome back to my channel, friends. It's Christmas in July, and today we are kicking off the season of sparkle with a cozy and inspiring decorate with me. I'm Sonja from At Home with Sonja, and in today's video we are diving into some festive fun by revisiting my favorite Christmas decorating moments from last year. Whether you're planning ahead for Christmas 2025 or just love getting a head start on holiday magic, you're in the right place. From high-end Christmas decor dupes to budget-friendly holiday DIYs, I'll be sharing tons of holiday decorating ideas for every style and space. This video is not only here to give you ideas, it's also helping me plan out decorating vision for this year. And be sure to stick around until the end. I'm sharing a full Christmas home tour to help bring all the inspiration together. So grab a cozy drink, hit that like button if you're excited for Christmas content, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the festive videos coming your way. I have lots of Christmas in July ideas coming up, so you won't want to miss them. Now let's get started by prepping the porch. As always, I started by clearing off my front porch. This time I left the wreath on the doors because I had recently refreshed them and thought they already looked great. I also kept some staple pieces like my chair, wash basin, and vintage sled from Facebook Marketplace, which I'll be reusing. Next, I'm adding some trees that I purchased last year. They're acrylic trees, and while I love how they look, fluffing them out is definitely my least favorite job. It can take forever, but it's worth it at the end. Once fluffed and lit, they instantly brighten up the porch and set a festive tone. This porch used to feel pretty dark before, so I do love adding lit up trees to it to brighten it up. Now it's time to add some personal touches. I brought out my DIY Merry Christmas sign and a swag. I'll share a tutorial for the swag on my DIY channel. It's super simple and so festive. First, I hung out the DIY sign that I made a couple of years ago, and then I added the swag to my light fixture. It's a simple combination of greenery, bells, and red ribbon, but it really elevates the look and ties everything together.
I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows in the...
With the DIY elements in place, I moved on to styling my rocking chair. I added a cozy cottage style blanket that my mom gave me, paired with a North Pole pillow. I was initially worried the red might clash with the ribbon on the swag, but it ended up tying the whole look together beautifully and added the perfect festive pop of color.
Can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang...
Next, I placed my Home Alone themed doormat. This has been a favorite for years, and a subscriber had recommended refreshing the lettering last year. I just went over it with acrylic paint, and now it looks brand new. It's such a fun and nostalgic touch that everyone enjoys.
Come on. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song.
Now it's time to bring in the stars of the show, the Causeway pre-lit Christmas trees. These trees needed some fluffing, but once they were ready, I placed them right next to my rocking chair and to create a whimsical tree farm feel. I absolutely love how they added height, light, and that perfect snowy look.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little present shop when the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on, from this Christmas on, it's gonna be you and me decorating the tree from this Christmas on. We forgot what you came for, and in the coffee shop just next door, we talked for hours on end, and somehow we knew that we'd found some.
Next, I brought out my vintage sled, which I styled with some natural elements to give it a rustic touch.
From this Christmas on, it's gonna be you and me decorating the tree from this Christmas on.
Beside it, I worked on creating my annual arrangement for the wash basin. This is one of my favorite parts of decorating the porch. This year, I'm going to create a fresh arrangement using branches from my garden and my friend Sandra's cottage. I started by adding birch sticks for height. These create a strong vertical element and provide a nice natural texture.
My son, it's gonna be you and me decorating the tree.
Then I layered in a mix of evergreens, including some droopy branches to add fullness at the base and create a cascading effect. I alternated between two types of greenery for variety, some with a softer, more feathery look, and other with a sturdier, structured shape to give the arrangement dimension. add pops of festive color, I included clusters of red berries, which stand out beautifully against the greenery. I also tucked in a wooden ball for a rustic touch, and finished the arrangement with some curly willow branches for a whimsical textural detail. Finally, to bring the arrangement to life, I wrapped a strand of warm white lights around the ball. This subtle glow ties everything together and makes the wash basin arrangement truly magical, especially at night. It's such a simple yet impactful way to bring the outdoors into your holiday decor. On the side of the porch, I styled with my vintage magazine holder with leftover branches and added snowflake to tie the frosty theme. I also placed my DIY pillows on the chairs to complete the look. This area is simple yet cozy and balances out the overall decor. Thank you so much for joining me as I decorated my front porch for Christmas. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It's cozy, magical, and ready for the holiday season. Make sure to stay until the very end of the video for special evening view of the porch all lit up. It's truly magical. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know in the comments how you're decorating your porch this year.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that
I always like to start with a clean slate, as I mentioned, so I prepped this area by removing all decor. This 9 or maybe 10-foot slim tree from Sheridan Nurseries sets the scene beautifully. It comes pre-lit, although there was one section I had to restring with new lights. Now I wanted to try a completely new look this year, so I grabbed some flocked ornaments from Michael's. They didn't have the exact colors I was looking for, so I DIY'd some beige ornaments and even added dried orange slices for a natural touch, which was another DIY over on my DIY channel. These brown and black ornaments paired with the brown ribbon from Temu tie the whole look together.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents.
When I felt the tree was missing something, I remembered I had this linen curtain from a previous DIY, so I cut it up to create that on-trend linen ribbon look. If you want to see how I made it, I have a full tutorial over on my DIY channel. The ribbon added the perfect finish touch, giving this tree such a cozy handmade vibe.
A smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah.
Next up, my home sign. This is a DIY made a while ago, and I like swapping out the wreath for each season. This year I used my Pottery Barn dupe wreath for the O, which adds a pop of red to match the color I'm using around the house and in my family room. If you missed that video, I'll link it above and in the description.
Merry Christmas, baby.
For my entryway table, I'm starting with a large vase that I recently repainted to match my decor style. I added fresh cedar stems from my garden for a natural touch. I love using real greenery, and you can keep them fresher by adding water to the vase.
Can come true. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah.
To the center, I added 2 DIY bells with a simple brown ribbon. They make such a nice focal point.
There's something that happens when something that happens when December ends, when December ends, yeah. Oh,
I wish I had some coffee table books to layer under them, but I'm still on the hunt for ones that fit my decor.
Yeah, it's Merry Christmas, baby.
On the opposite side, I added my favorite lantern from HomeSense. I've had it for years and it's a piece I keep coming back to for every season.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business.
Moving down to the lower shelf, I placed a cozy blanket in a soft cream color to offset the basket, along with a Christmas pillow from Michael's.
Door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on, from this Christmas on, it's gonna be you and me.
For balance, I also included a smaller basket with a smaller Christmas tree and some warm LED lights on a timer.
We forgot what you came for.
If you are enjoying this video so far, I would love it if you give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below that you are enjoying it, and if you enjoy these type of videos and you're not subscribed, I would love it if you considered subscribing, pressing the notification bell so you get notified when a lot more of this content comes out.
Everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on, from this Christmas on, it's gonna be you and me, decorating the tree from this Christmas on. From this Christmas on. From this Christmas on, it's gonna be you and me, decorated.
I added a little thrifted vase here, just a quick coat of black paint transformed it into a decor piece I'm excited to use. I finished off this look with the cedar tree from Temu. I also added one of the larger bells from the set that I had, and then beside it I added a wooden mousse that was a DIY from years back. I also added that same brown ribbon to the larger bell. Also went ahead and added some twinkling branches or LED light up branches that I DIY'd over on my DIY channel just this week to add a little bit of sparkle, which I will be sharing with you the whole lit up look at the end. Over by the Christmas tree, I have added my snowman as well as my Christmas mailbox, which is a huge hit with kids from daycare and my nieces and nephews. It's a Santa's mailbox and they drop their letters off here. I still need to get a tree skirt, probably, because I do really want a tree collar, but I haven't had any luck finding one big enough for the base here. And that's it, friends. I hope you enjoy decorating the front entryway with me. It's all about creating a space that feels festive, cozy, personal, and inviting. Let me know in the comments which part of this setup was your favorite, and if you're adding any unique DIY pieces to your Christmas decor this year. Don't I'm so excited to bring in layers, textures, and my favorite DIYs to make this space feel festive. Let's begin with the fireplace. It's always the heart of my holiday decor. I'm layering eucalyptus garland with some Norfolk pine garland for a lush layered look.
Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch.
I also went into my garden for fresh clippings from my evergreens, adding them to the garland to make it even fuller.
All I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh. I'm making plans for what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can be with you, 'cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close. You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk, and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we could stay. Maybe kiss a bit and dream away. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh.
Next, I'm placing a thrifted Christmas tree here, such a perfect find for just $10. I'm just going to fluff out a couple of the branches just to make it look perfect.
The Christmas lights fill the city. There are people everywhere. The snow is falling white and pretty as I stroll on my way to you. How will you feel?
Beside it, I'm adding my DIY deer.
Backing up today.
Onto the other side, one of my upcycled vases filled with cedar branches from HomeSense.
Snowed in somewhere, you and me. I would rather be somewhere with you, without TV or phone. Is it wrong for me to want you for my own? This Christmas, let me
I'm also including my recently DIYed bell candles that I elevated with two small cutting boards, and I love how this turned out. You can find the link to that DIY in the description below.
being snowed in somewhere, you and me. Let's go get snowed in.
I felt like the mantle needed a vintage touch, so I'm adding a piece of DIY art I created. I printed the image and then aged it with some diluted coffee grounds using a foam brush and a sponge, finishing off with a sponge for that perfect worn look.
The wonders of life got the prettiest
aside for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the
I framed it in an old frame. I refurbished with some gold wax, some spun gold acrylic paint, and a bit of black acrylic paint to add that vintage feel. I also added some Mod Podge to the picture just to make it look like a painting. I think this piece completes the mantle beautifully.
bells, drinking hot wine by the fire. Don't care of anything else. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. I pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arm. There's nobody at the door. You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present. Come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling.
Over on the side table, I'm adding another DIY vase and dressing it up with a brown ribbon. I'm loving this look this year.
Yeah. Here on our own, we got nothing to fear. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. Pick up some candy canes and hang a wreath on your door. It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight.
I picked up some new stems from Dollarama with these red berries, but I was finding that the red berries were a little too bright. The stems were $3.50, and I decided to remove the berries along with the price tag that were on them and just add the greenery stems without the berries. And then I also took that pine cone and I moved it up a little bit higher so that way it is sticking out of the vase once I place the stems inside the vase.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before as they walk from house to house.
Right next to it, I have a thrifted candle holder with a battery operated candle. And then I'm adding more texture by adding a bowl filled with DIY Christmas balls, vintage bells, pine cones, and garden clippings. Simple yet festive. The bowl and the balls are all DIYs. On to the coffee table. I wanted to include these candlesticks from HomeSense and some Christmas tree candles, but I wasn't thrilled with the price, so I DIY them. I got green tapered candles from Dollar Tree, softened them in hot water, and then added branch-like cuts with a knife. I think they look amazing and definitely give off Christmas tree vibes. What do you guys think? Beside that, I am placing a thrifted wood tray, a red truck candle from a local shop, a deer, and a small vase with cedar stems from Dollar Tree and Temu. For the couch, I'm layering in a cozy light brown blanket and adding pillows, patterned sage and green striped ones from HomeSense and Temu. Right in the middle, I am adding this Christmas tree farm pillow from Michael's for a fun holiday touch. The small end table near the couch is home to my diffuser, a lamp, and an urn that holds my golden retriever's ashes. This was his favorite room, so he stays with us here. To add a bit of Christmas here, I am adding this Christmas tree from Dollarama along with a bell from Dollar Tree. On the other side of the couch, I'm adding my alpine trees from Amazon. They bring in such a warm, natural look.
Whoa, oh, oh. Da, 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 oh, oh, oh. Da, 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 oh, oh. Da, 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 da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running.
I felt like the room could use a Christmas tree in the corner, so I brought in one of my slimmer trees.
Over new, 'cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this
Since it's unlit, I ordered some fairy lights from Amazon, and I also added a few small lights to the mantle for that cozy glow. I will have the links in the description box.
Everyone else, isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas.
And that's our Christmas living room, all decked out for the season. I hope this inspires you to create a cozy, festive space in your home. Don't So here is what my dining room looks like. I've cleared everything off to start fresh, but I did set up my flock tree, Christmas tree already. This year I decided to place it in a corner because it gives me a better view from the kitchen. Last year I had it in the other corner, and honestly, you couldn't really see it unless you were walking into the room. Do you ever rearrange your tree to find the perfect spot each year? Let me know where you like to place yours. This tree is from Lowe's and I've had it for a few years. It's messy to set up, there's flocking everywhere, but once it's all decorated and lit up, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love how full and realistic it looks. If you've been watching my videos, you know I like to decorate multiple trees throughout the house, each with a different color scheme. The first area I'm working on is my hutch. I'm starting with adding this beautiful print I got from Temu. It has such a classic vintage Christmas vibe, and I placed it in a simple wooden frame to keep it understated. To pair with it, I'm adding the tobacco basket. At least I think that's what it's called. It's an older piece from HomeSense, but I love the texture and warmth it brings to this space. Do you like mixing vintage or rustic touches in your holiday decor? On the other side of the hutch, I'm adding my DIY nutcracker frame. If you love DIY projects, I actually made this earlier this year and shared a free printable for it in the tutorial video, so I'll link that in the description if you want to create one yourself.
Moment will fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful.
Do you guys include DIYs in your decorating, or do you prefer ready-made pieces?
Making plans, what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can be with you. 'Cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close. You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we can stay. Maybe.
Now to add some greenery, I went out to my garden and clipped a few branches of drooping cedar. I wanted something natural for the garland, but since the tree is flocked, I decided to mix in some flocked greenery for my Christmas stash to tie the two together.
Let me give you a Christmas moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh, 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 ooh. chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas moment we'll fill with love and joy. Loving so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh.
Merry Christmas, baby.
What do you guys think? Do you prefer the mix of fresh fall greenery or do you stick to one or the other?
Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ring.
Moving on to the shelves, I wanted to incorporate some red to tie the pops of color I've added throughout the house. On the top shelf, I added this adorable I love sign from Home Sense. It's such a fun and playful touch. Continuing down to the shelves, I've added some natural wood beads to keep the look warm and earthy, along with a small greenery bush from Home Sense and another DIY nutcracker piece I made.
It's a cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. The snow is laying 2 feet deep. Now wish upon a fall.
On the bottom shelf, I placed this cute little flock tree. It came in a set of 2 from Home Sense, and I just adore them.
There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December is, when the children are singing.
And of course, I had to add my signature red truck. This one came from Lowe's a few years ago, and I love how vintage it looks. What are some of your go-to decor pieces that you use every year?
Table for big and for small, all the fire is bright.
To complete the hutch, I placed a Merry Christmas sign that I made as a DIY a while back, and I love how simple yet festive the entire setup feels. What do you guys think?
The chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. There's something that happens when something that happens when December ends, when December ends, yeah. Oh, it's Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. It's Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby.
Next, I'm decorating my bar card. I kept it minimal but cozy by adding the second flock tree from the Home Sense set. I paired it with my dough bowl, a piece I had been searching for forever. I ended up finding one at a local store, though I paid a bit more than I wanted to. Have you ever splurged on a decor piece because you just had to have it? I still love it, even though a few weeks later after I bought it, HomeSense got a bunch in for half the price. Next to the dough bowl, I added these beautiful wooden Christmas trees. The larger one came from a local florist, and the smaller ones were part of a DIY project. I love how these pieces tie in with the neutral look of the room. On the bottom shelf, I added a Noel sign I've had for years from Costco. And to finish the bar cart area, I placed a large wooden Christmas tree that's also from HomeSense. This year, I'm adding greenery to my chandelier again. I'm mixing fresh cedar with fog greenery to create a layered textured look. I love how it adds an earthy feel to the space, but I'm being super careful to make sure none of it touches the light bulbs since some pieces are plastic and I don't want anything melting. Now on to styling my dining table. Since we use this table every day, I kept it simple with decor that's easy to move for dinner. I started with my DIY vase and added some frosted eucalyptus leaf for a soft, wintry touch.
Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got you. Oh, I have stuff.
And to tie more of the Christmas vibe, I also added some berries.
Drinking hot wine by the fire, don't care of anything else. It's Christmas, some kind of love, my friend.
What do you guys think? Do you like the simplicity of this look, or do you all go out with the full play settings for the season? And let me know down below if you would love to see a video where I share several different types of table settings for Christmas. Last decor piece that I'm going to add before I start decorating the Christmas tree is this Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign that I DIY'd a few years back.
Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arms. There's nobody at the door.
Finally, I'm decorating the tree. As I mentioned earlier, I've decorated multiple trees throughout the house with different color schemes, but for this one, I'm going with warm bronze, brown, and white tones. Most of the silver and white ornaments are from Dollarama or Dollar Tree, while the bronze ones are a DIY project. Some ornaments are extra special, like one that I was gifted from a dear friend. To finish the look, I'm adding brown ribbon tied into soft bows and a simple white three skirt at the base.
By the fire, here on our own, we got nothing to fear. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. Pick up some candy canes and hang a wreath on your door. It's Christmas, and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you.
And here's the finished look of my dining room. I love how it all came together, from the tree to the hutch and even the little details on the bar card.
It's Christmas Eve, and I've still got nothing for you.
I'm out on a last minute spree, hoping to find that something that makes you see that I love you.
I've been out running all day, nothing catches my eye. What do you get for someone who has it all? I've been to every corner of this godforsaken mall. What in the world would be that something that made you see that I love you?
your Christmas kiss. Your Christmas
It's
As always, we're starting with a clean slate. I did go ahead and set up my tree, fluffed it out, and added a tree skirt to get us going. This is the 7.5-foot Nordmann Everlasting Fir Tree. I picked it up 2 years ago from Sheridan Nurseries. If you're ever at Sheridan, their Christmas decor is absolutely stunning, but heads up, it can get pricey. I got mine at 75% off during their Boxing Day sale, and my front room tree was also a fantastic find from them at the same discount. To style this tree, I'm starting with my favorite berry garland, a tradition that adds such a classic festive touch. Next, I'm adding large pomegranates and a few other big ornaments from a local floral shop. I'll link similar ones below. To bring even more character, I'm adding these beautiful large bells from Dollarama. Hanging two together gives them such a charming look. Then I layer in smaller ornaments, some pine cones, and one of my favorite nostalgic pieces, these little grapes decorations from dollar store called Luna Lizard. And of course, I can't forget my little birds, pickles, and a few other special ornaments I've collected over the years. Finally, I add berries and picks to fill in the look. This tree leans towards a more traditional style, which I absolutely adore. Moving on to the mantle, I've already added clear command hooks, which helps so much with securing the garland. I'm layering my Norfolk garlands from Canadian Tire with a lush cedar garland from HomeSense. I love the fullness and texture this combination gives, really making the mantle the focal point of the room. Our fireplace, by the way, is electric, but a few years ago I did a DIY makeover to give it a built-in look with custom framing and paint to match the wall. If you want to check out the full transformation, I have it on my DIY channel.
Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with
Once the garlands were up, I added vintage bells from Sheridan Nursery along with stockings from Amazon.
with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh. I'm making plans of what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can be with you. 'Cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close. You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we can stay. Maybe kiss a bit and dream away. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe.
I still need to grab some fairy lights for the garlands since the ones I had no longer worked, but other than that, I love how this side of the room looks. To complete this area, I'm adding a cozy holiday pillow to the chair for an extra pop.
And in a while we're gonna
On the coffee table, I'm styling a thrifted vase I DIY'd with Norfolk pine branches from Temu.
And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. Love and so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful.
I also have some tall candle holders with white tapered candles, and I'll likely add DIY Christmas tree candles later this month.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you, you and me in the cold.
Next to that is my paper mache bowl filled with cedar branches and my bleached pine cones, another DIY of mine.
Better loosen your belts, drinking hot wine by the fire. Don't care of anything else. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. I pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with
I may have to move the candles thanks to Duke's happy tail. He's likely to take them out anyway.
You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present. Come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling from floor to the ceiling. It is that time of the year, drinking hot wine by the fire. Here on our own, we got nothing to fear. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. Pick up some candy canes and hang a wreath on your door. It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight.
Over on the side table, I'm adding this metal red house with a candle inside from HomeSense. I also have my diffuser here, and I shared a cozy Christmas scent blend in my latest video if you're interested. To finish, I'm adding a little pine tree for a festive touch.
What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas. And Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like
To bring it all together, I'm draping a sage-colored blanket from Temu over the sofa, adding some reindeer pillows from HomeSense, and I'm going to do finishing it up with Norfolk pine wreaths from Sheridan Nurseries up on the wall.
small, and now it's time for Christmas. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it here. I guess that spring and summer, they're all fine, but I've been waiting for the season that's mine. So let it come, yeah, let it come. Snowflakes fall, I can hear the sleigh bells call. They're saying it's time to...
And there you have it, our family room is complete, cozy, inviting, and so ready for the holidays. Thank you all so much for joining me today to decorate. I hope you enjoyed this cozy holiday decorate with me and maybe got a few ideas for your own space. Don't forget to check out the links below if you're interested in any of the pieces I used or want to DIY a few of these ideas yourself. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any upcoming holiday content. Let me know in the comments your favorite part of today's setup and if there's anything special you're decorating with this year. See you. something about clearing everything off that really lets me see the space, envision the theme, and set the mood for each area. It helps me focus on where each festive piece will go and how it will add to the coziness and charm of the season. And as for the decor, I'm mixing a variety of pieces to create that inviting layered look I love. I'll be using some of my own homemade DIYs, items from my favorite spots like HomeSense, Walmart, and Amazon, and even a few great finds from the dollar store. This blend lets me capture that high-end, curated feel without breaking the bank, and it gives each space a unique, personal touch. Some pieces bring a nostalgic warmth, while others are more earthy and rustic, creating that cozy, collected look that's perfect for the holidays. To kick things off, as I already mentioned, I love to always start with a clean slate. It helps me visualize the look I'm going for without any distractions. So first we're decorating the island, and I'm creating a simple vignette on this wooden round tray from HomeSense. I am going to be adding another HomeSense find, which is this vessel, and to it I'm going to be adding some pine branches from Temu, giving it a lush, wintry feel.
Whoa, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new, 'cause I missed you.
Next, I'm placing 2 bells of different sizes from HomeSense.
These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't the
And then I'm going to be adding a deer that I DIY a few years back.
memories? Oh, and I've been
Alongside of these items, I'm going to be adding this adorable mailbox candle, also from HomeSense. And to complete the look, I am going to be adding a candle stopper from Dollar Tree. I just love how this setup turned out.
oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree. And I've lit my house with Christmas lights. So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the
Moving to the left side of the countertop, I am going to be adding a pine tree from HomeSense nestled into a pot from Dollarama. It has that earthy, curated look I love.
These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh.
To cover some outlets, I'm placing a thrifted cutting board, and then I'm going to be adding this wooden house collection from HomeSense, which ties in beautiful with festive yet rustic theme. And I'm also going to be adding this vintage bowl I have thrifted here as well. I'm also going to be placing a pot here to hold my kitchen utensils and rolling pins.
It's so good to see you again, to see you again. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire, chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
The wooden bowl, I'm going to be adding some gingerbread cookies from a local cider shop. And to add a vintage feel, I'm including these DIY cookie cutters and I'm going to be adding some fresh cedar from my garden. At this point, I felt it needed a bit more, so I added some gingerbread ornaments from Michael's. But then, as you will see in just a minute, I swapped them out for a homemade orange slices from my DIY channel. This gave it that look I was going for. On the stove, I'm using my gingerbread spoon holder. Moving on to the other side, next to my mixer, I felt it needed something extra. So I'm going to layer a thrifting cutting board, and then I'm going to add my diffuser to it. And to the back of the diffuser, I'm going to add another thrifted cutting board alongside with a Christmas tree cutting board from Home Sense and my DIY gingerbread man board. Next, I'm going to be adding a wooden Christmas tree that I also got at Home Sense. I just love the way this Christmas tree looks. And then beside it, I'm going to use another DIY vase, and to it, I'm going to just add some greenery from Dollar Store. I also wanted to share a simple diffuser blend with you. So I like to use my diffuser all the time, especially when the daycare kids are here, so I can get that cozy scent without an open flame, just like a simmer pot. So to it, I will add 3 drops of each of cinnamon. Then I'm going to add 3 drops of pine needle as well as orange. And this will make your kitchen smell like Christmas all the time.
Jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you.
And over to my mixer, I'm going to add a festive Christmas kitchen towel from HomeSense just to add that extra texture and coziness to this corner.
Christmas on is Christmas on. From this Christmas on, it's gonna be you and me.
Now let's work on the coffee station, or in this case a hot cocoa bar. I'm mixing nostalgic pieces with rustic elements for a warm, inviting look. I'm going to be hanging a sign from HomeSense with command hooks, and if you're in the US, HomeSense is like Home Goods.
We forgot what you came for.
I love adding a heated lamp and candles for a beautiful aroma without an open flame. Another great way to add a beautiful scent to your home without worrying, like I mentioned before, having an open flame. I'm also including my gingerbread cookie jar, a Disney countdown, and all the hot cocoa essentials. Now I do want you to bear with me while I'm decorating this shelf, as it is definitely a process. I put stuff on, take stuff off, but I do think it's important for you to see that, you know what, sometimes I have to change out things several times before I am happy with the way things look. So I always like to share the process with you. Sometimes I get it right off the first bat, but most of the time I do have to take stuff off, change stuff. Things that I thought I was definitely going to be using, I don't end up using because they're just not speaking to me. And it is really funny because from year to year, one year I love the way something looks, and then when I try to recreate it in the next year, I just don't love it anymore. It's different a year from year to year. So like I said, I like sharing this process with you, and just showing you that, you know, sometimes you have to do a couple tries before you are happy with the way things look. The candy jars are a Dollar Tree, Dollarama purchase, and they were just the ones with the bamboo lid, and I painted the lid red, and I added some words with my Cricut machine. The little sprinkles set came from HomeSense, and the red house came from Costco, although I am finding I'm not reaching for those as often as I did previous years. As you can see, that gingerbread cookie jar went from the bottom shelf all the way to the top shelf. And I also want to apologize for giving you a headshot continuously, but this is such a tight space, and I do have a hard time recording it without me being constantly in front of the camera. So right beside the cookie jar, I added my DIY Pottery Barn dupe. I love their gingerbread things that they sell there, but they are quite pricey. I was actually considering painting my cookie jar the same way as that tree. Let me know what you think. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about when I do talk about the gingerbread at Pottery Barn, but if you don't know, look it up. They are quite nice, and I would love to add a couple pieces, even if those pieces have to be a DIY. And opposite of that tree, I added an evergreen tree, and then on the bottom I added this red beautiful candle holder, and I'm just showing you I'm going to use a double-sided tape to hang up that DIY hot cocoa sign. I've recently just started using command hooks, probably in the last 2 years, on literally everything that I need to hang in my house, and I truly wonder where I've been all these years when I struggled with sticky tack and just regular tape to hang stuff up. This has definitely changed the way I use my decor in a house. The command hooks definitely came to the rescue, and I can't believe I lived without them for so long. So coming back to the bottom to balance out the green Christmas tree that's on top, the pine tree, I'm going to add a HomeSense vase with some HomeSense cedar. This was a bunch of 12 branches that I bought several years back. I think it was before cedar was popular, because I paid like $12 for the 12 branches, which is crazy with how the prices move now. And then I'm going to bring back my little wooden tray, and to it I'm going to add my vintage sugar and a creamer, and to the creamer I'm going to add my fancy silverware, just the spoons. And then in between the decorating, I ended up going to the dollar store and I picked up some battery operated lights, mini lights. I did want to try these out because they are $2.25 and they have a timer and they run on AA batteries, which means they're going to be lasting for a little while, and they have a 6-hour timer, so pretty much you turn them on and then 6 hours later they will turn off, and then I assume that they will come on 24 hours later. So so I'll have to see whether that actually happens or not. So I just bought one pack just to try it out because I would love to have these for my garlands because they're so pretty. However, I did notice that I bought pure white and I think I want warm white, and I'm not sure whether they actually have the warm white. So I did put this pure white onto this tree just because I don't have any other lighted stuff in the kitchen, so it's not throwing me off as much as it would be if I incorporated it with a Christmas tree that has warm lights. Although I do have a Christmas tree in my family room right next to it, so I'm wondering whether that's going to bother me there. And here it is, my cozy Christmas coffee station, ready for winter mornings. I have also added a little touch of Christmas right around my sink. I have my soaps, my hand soap and my dish soap in these brown bottles, and I like to keep them on top of a wood pedestal, although I am thinking of swapping that for a marble just because the wood leaves some staining on top of my countertop and I constantly have to clean it. But I just added a simple ornament to the tray just to add a little bit more Christmas to it. For finishing touch, I've added a wreath to the hood with a command hook, and I swapped out my regular kitchen sign for a festive one. These small changes really bring the holiday spirit into the kitchen. Thanks so much for decorating with me today. I hope this inspired you to add some festive charm to your kitchen with a mix of DIY budget-friendly finds and cozy Christmas touches. Let me know in the comments which part of the kitchen you love most or any traditions you have when decorating for holidays. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more holiday inspiration.
Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody to give them a smile that lasts another year. Something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing. Merry Christmas, baby. The snow is laying 2 feet deep. Now wish upon a falling star, so all your secret dreams can come true. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December is, when the children are singing, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. There's something that happens when something that happens when December ends, when December ends, yeah. Oh.
So excited to take you along as I transform our primary bedroom into a cozy Christmas retreat. This space has been on my makeover list for a while, but for now I'm bringing in some fresh festive magic with DIYs, budget-friendly decor, and a touch of sparkle to keep things cozy and inviting. So grab a cup of something warm and let's get started. Before we jump into decorating, I want to thank Causeway for sponsoring this video. Causeway offers many amazing affordable products to make your home look stunning for the holidays, and today I'm featuring their 6-foot pre-lit artificial Christmas tree. This tree is everything. It features 715 snow-dusted branch tips for that perfect snowy winter vibe, with 36 natural pine cones adding an earthy, festive touch. The tree also comes pre-lit with 210 incandescent lights, and the transparent covers on the lights create a beautiful glow both the day and night. Not only does it have a dense and realistic appearance, but the materials are flame retardant, odorless, non-fading, and allergy-proof, perfect for lasting use. It's also designed with a sturdy metal stand that resists tipping and has non-slip pads to protect your floors. Setting it up was super easy, and after fluffing it, I decided to leave it undecorated because it's just so gorgeous on its own. This tree truly stands out and brings the magic of winter right into your home. And also, don't miss out on Causeway's Black Friday deals. Right now, you can get up to 8% cash back after your first order, a price guarantee, and for every order over $200, you will be entered into a draw to win a free gift. It's the perfect time to grab holiday essentials and even a few gifts while saving big. Now that the tree is up, let's move on to the rest of the room. First, I decorated the fireplace. I reused a flocked garland from my living room decor in previous years. The lights on it aren't working, so I'll need to replace those, but I kept it simple with just the garland and 3 DIY candle holders I made earlier this year.
Let's go outside. The snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me, with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day.
I wanted to keep things budget friendly, so I'm reusing a lot of my past DIYs and all the decor.
We'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents.
On the bed, I went for a cozy and layered look. I added a fur pillow in the back where I add my Euro style pillows, and flanked by my plaid pillow covers from fall. The warm brown tones feel earthy and festive even for Christmas. I also made some Pottery Barn inspired pillow covers from the thrifted blanket, including Mr. and Mrs. Spice pillow dupes. I share those over on my DIY channel if you want to check that out.
Moonlight till we reach a place we can stay. Maybe kiss a bit and dream away. And in a while.
In the center, I added a tasseled pillow with the subtle sparkle to give it that wintry magical vibe.
Spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you.
For blankets, I'm laying a Sherpa plaid blanket and styling with the Sherpa side up, and a green waffle pattern blanket for a pop of color.
And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. Loving so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you.
Moving on to the side tables, I kept it minimal with simple greenery arrangement on each side. Since we keep books and glasses here, I didn't want to over-decorate. And then for the headboard, I added a simple garland that ties in perfectly with the rest of the decor. It's subtle, but it adds just the right amount of Christmas cheer.
Light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days. Wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got you. Oh, I have stopped running, there is no way trying. You better loosen your belt. Drinking hot wine by the fire, don't care of anything else. It's Christmas, and some kind of love, my friend. I pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas, and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas.
On the tall dresser, I added another Pottery Barn inspired DIY piece that I recently shared on my DIY channel, along with a fresh cedar wreath I made. You can find a reel of that process over on my Instagram. For the main dresser, I added a picture vase with red berries to bring in a pop of festive color.
Time for your present, come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling from floor to the ceiling. It is that time of the year. Drinking hot wine by the fire.
I kept the existing sign and cross but added my DIY large bells, also a tree-framed art piece.
Christmas and some kind of love, my friend.
I included some cherished Christmas photos.
Canes and hang a wreath on your door. It's Christmas.
To finish it off, I included a wooden tree with twine with a twine deer.
Just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight.
And that's it, friends. My cozy Christmas bedroom is ready for the holidays. I love how this space turned out, especially using so many of my own DIYs and repurposing decor I already had. It feels warm, inviting, and festive, all without breaking the bank. Hey friends, and welcome to my 2024 Christmas home tour. I am so excited to share my home with you for this holiday season. This year, I've gone with a modern farmhouse look featuring lots of earthy tones, warm textures, and cozy yet elegant touches. One of the highlights of my decor is that I have 6 full-size Christmas trees throughout my home, each with its own unique but complementary theme. And of course, I had to include one traditional tree for the timeless holiday charm. I've also worked to mix high-end pieces with some of my favorite DIYs and budget-friendly finds, creating a look that feels luxurious but still approachable. From my twinkling Christmas tree, DIY ornaments to some fun table decor ideas, I hope this tour gives you all the holiday inspiration you need to decorate your own home this season. If you'd like to see how I decorated each space step by step, I've included links to the full Decorate With Me videos in the description box below. So grab a cup of coffee, tea, or hot cocoa and let's get started. We are starting on my front porch. This year, I've created a cozy and inviting space that blends modern farmhouse charm with earthy tones and a little sparkle for that festive touch. On each side of the porch, I've placed planters with lighted trees to frame the entrance and create a magical glow. Right by the door, I've set up a set of 3 smaller trees, adding height and dimension to the space. They're the perfect way to welcome guests with the twinkling light display. On my front door, I hung these beautiful wreaths. I added some DIY bells for that special touch, just a little something extra to make them feel unique. The greenery is simple and elegant, setting the stage for the rest of the decor. One of my favorite spots is this ladder-back chair styled with a cozy blanket and a fun pillow that ties in the red accents I'm using throughout the house this season. And above the chair, I added a DIY sign I made a few years back. This year, I finished it off with a fresh greenery swag, which brings a little extra holiday charm to the piece. It's a simple detail, but it really elevates the whole look. At the base of the door, I layered a fun entryway mat for that welcoming vibe. On the other side of the door, you'll notice a vintage sled. It's one of my favorite decor items that always brings in the nostalgic wintry vibe. Also on the side of the porch, I've placed this beautiful Christmas planter arrangement inside an old-fashioned wash basin, which I shared in my Decorate With Me video. It's filled with fresh greenery, natural rattan ball that I added, and then I added some lights, berries, and curly willow for a whimsical, festive, and natural touch. I love how it complements the vintage slate. And finally, over on the side porch, I've created a cozy nook with the soft pillows and some greenery. It's the perfect place to curl up with a blanket, hot cocoa, and enjoy peaceful holiday season if the weather stays mild. We have been lucky so far. This front porch is truly one of my favorite areas to decorate each year. I love how it feels both inviting and festive, and I hope it gives you some inspiration for your own porch this Christmas. Now let's head inside into my entryway, where I've continued the cozy, earthy, and whimsical vibe I've been going for the holiday season. Right when you walk in, you see my 9-foot Christmas tree, which is definitely the star of the space. I decorated with a mix of DIY ornaments and some flocked ornaments and a DIY ribbon for that vintage, elegant look. I just love how it blends the earthy tones with a touch of whimsy, giving it such a nostalgic feel. On the wall, I hung this home sign that I absolutely adore. I paired it with a DIY berry garland, which was actually one of my high-end dupes that I shared over on my DIY channel. It adds such a cheerful, festive touch to the space while keeping that farmhouse charm. Next, let's take a look at the console table, where I've styled it with some of my favorite pieces. I placed a Pottery Barn inspired vase with fresh greenery from my garden. It's a simple detail, but it really brings the space to life. To add a little extra glow, I made some lighted sticks and placed inside the vase, which created a warm and inviting atmosphere. On the opposite side of the table, I've displayed one of my favorite decor pieces, a large wooden lantern. It's such a statement piece that brings warmth to the space. In the middle, I added the thrifted rattan bells that I did a little makeover on. I tied them together with some velvet brown ribbon for a touch of elegance and texture. The third bell sits at the bottom of the table next to a small cedar tree that I placed in a thrifted spot. For even more coziness, I've added a wicker basket filled with soft pillows and blanket, perfect for a little extra comfort in the entryway. And lastly, I couldn't resist adding this thrifted wooden mousse, which adds a bit of whimsy to the space and ties it nicely with that earthy natural element. Besides the console table, I added this 4-foot tree inside another wicker basket, which adds some extra height and charm to the space. I've also strung a few lights through the branches, giving it that soft, glowing ambiance that ties everything together. I love how this entryway turned out, warm, welcoming, and full of unique finds. It's the perfect spot to greet guests and get into the holiday spirit. Next, we move into the mudroom, a space I wanted to keep simple but still add a little Christmas cheer. Since this is a spot that is frequently used by daycare parents, I didn't want to overdo it, but I couldn't resist adding this cozy pillow to the bench. It's a subtle touch but still brings in that festive spirit. I also hung a fresh greenery swag on the door, which brings a natural, festive vibe to the space without taking up too much room. It's the perfect way to add some holiday charm while keeping things functional. Now let's head into the bathroom, where I added a few special touches to make it feel festive and cozy. I placed my DIY juniper berry stems on the countertop, which adds the natural earthy vibe I love. I also added a snowman melting pot. It's such a fun whimsical piece that ties in perfectly with the theme of my holiday decor this year. To finish it off, I hung up a piece of fresh greenery with red velvet ribbon, which adds that pop of color and elegance to the space. These two rooms are new for this year, and I'm so happy to share them with you, even though I didn't have a Decorate With Me video for these spaces. I hope they inspire you to add a little Christmas magic to even the smallest rooms in your home. Now welcome to my formal living room, and I have to say this might just be my favorite way I've decorated this space yet. I really lean into the cozy, elegant vibe this year, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. Let's start with the slim Christmas tree I added this year. I dressed it up with fairy lights and decorated it entirely with DIY ornaments I made this year. It's such a personal touch, and I love how it adds the whimsical charm to the room. Over by the fireplace, I've layered two types of garland, a beautiful Norfolk garland paired with some eucalyptus leaves garland. It creates a stunning natural look that I love. I also added a Pottery Barn inspired vase with frost cedar branches, bringing in more of that earthy feel. I added the beautiful tree art print in a vintage looking frame. It adds just the right touch of elegance without overwhelming the space. I also added some DIY bell candles to the mantle, and they're the perfect festive touch that ties everything together. On the other side of the fireplace, you'll see a thrifted upcycled deer and a thrifted tree, both pieces that add that cozy vintage vibe to the space. To complete the look, I added fairy lights to the garland, giving the whole space a soft, twinkling glow. On the side table, I have another DIY vase filled with pine greenery and a vintage candle holder and a DIY bowl with some bells and more DIY ornaments. It's also all about mixing personal touches with vintage and handmade pieces to give the space warmth and personality. For the coffee table, I styled it with black wooden candle holders that I added DIY Christmas tree tapered candles to. I also have a wooden tray with a deer figurine, a cute vintage red truck candle, and some cedar frost stems in a small vase to tie in the natural element. Beside the couch, I added a few alpine trees to bring the outdoors in and dressed the couch with a mix of green and patterned pillows, a soft light brown blanket, and of course a festive Christmas pillow to finish off the look. I'm so thrilled with how this living room turned out. It's both cozy and elegant, with plenty of DIY touches that make it feel personal and inviting. we are moving into the dining room, where I kept the table simple yet festive. Since we use this table every night, I wanted to keep the centerpiece low maintenance but still seasonal. I added a vase with frosted eucalyptus leaf and a few sprigs of frosted red berries. It's just the right amount of holiday cheer without being overwhelming. I'll be sharing a full table setting video later on this month, so stay tuned for more inspiration. I also added some greenery to the chandelier above the table, which brings even more of that festive wintry vibe into the room. In the corner, you'll see my flocked Christmas tree, and I have to say it's definitely my favorite tree this year. I've adorned it with lots of brown, bronze, and vintage-looking ornaments, as well as some brown ribbons which give it such a warm, nostalgic feel. It really pulls the room together. On the cabinet, I kept things simple and elegant by showcasing some of my fine china pieces with just a few Christmas touches to bring in that festive spirit. My favorite addition has to be this cute little red truck, which adds just the right pop of color and charm. On top of the hutch, I made a garland using fresh greenery and added some flocked and frosted frost stems to tie everything together. I also added a wintry print and a Nutcracker Notes print, and they complement the overall theme perfectly. To finish it off, I included a tobacco basket that brings in the rustic woodsy feel. In the corner of my dining room, I've styled my tea or a bar cart with more wooden elements to keep the theme flowing. There's a dough bowl candle, wooden trees, and a beautiful small frosted tree, the same one you saw on the hutch, just adding to that cozy wintry vibe. I really love how the dining room came together this year. It's simple, elegant, and still perfectly festive with just the right amount of Christmas charm. And now we are heading into the heart of the home, my family room. This space is where we spend most of our time, and it's filled with so many special holiday touches. I like to call this room our family gathering space, and I think it really embodies the warmth and coziness of the season. Starting with my traditional Christmas tree, it's one of my absolute favorites, filled with lots of old special ornaments that carry so many memories. Each ornament tells a story, and they just add to the nostalgia of the holidays. On the fireplace, I've added cedar garlands mixed with Norfolk garland. It gives that classic greenery feel. I also included some vintage bells and fairy lights, which make the whole mantel feel magical and inviting. One of my favorite parts of this room is the vintage TV art I put up. It's not one of those fancy framed TVs, but I just love the vibe it adds. I found this great holiday art on YouTube channel, and I thought it looked perfect for the season. I'll leave the link for you in the description box if you want to check it out. On the coffee table, I have one of my DIY vases filled with Norfolk branches, which gives the natural earthy touch. I also added some slim candlesticks with tapered candles for a soft, cozy glow. The DIY Olive Atelier inspired paper mache bowl is filled with DIY McGee & Co. inspired bleached pine cones, and it's such a simple yet elegant way to bring the season to life. On the side table, I've included a cute red barn with a candle inside, a small Christmas tree, and my diffuser, which fills the room with a fresh, cozy scent of the holidays. The couches I dressed in cozy Christmas pillows, including my DIY Mr. and Mrs. Spice pillows, which were inspired by a Pottery Barn dupe. I also added a very cozy blanket, perfect for snuggling up on a chilly winter evening. This room is truly the heart of the home, where we gather, relax, and enjoy each other's company during the holiday season, or really any other season. Now let's move into the kitchen, where you'll continue to see those earthy tones and plenty of greenery, just like in my family room and the rest of the house. This space feels so warm and inviting, and it's a perfect place to spend time during holidays, whether you're cooking or enjoying a cozy drink. On the large island, I've styled a wooden tray with a large vase filled with some more of those Norfolk branches, bringing the natural touch to the space. I also added some lighted sticks to create a soft glow, perfect for the holiday season. To add to the festive feel, I placed a set of bells and this fun Santa mailbox candle, which just add that perfect holiday charm. Now moving on to the coffee and hot cocoa bar. This is one of my favorite spaces and I love how it turned out. It's filled with a mix of festive touches, greenery, wood pieces, and a cute gingerbread house, and my Disney countdown. It's just so much fun to have these little elements to bring joy each day leading up to Christmas. Of course, I also have the fixings to make delicious hot cocoa, perfect for the cold winter nights. The rest of the decor continues the natural earthy vibe. I've added cedar garland on the stainless steel hood, which really ties the space together. There's also a gingerbread spoon rest plate on a counter, along with lots of vintage cutting boards and some small trees scattered around. And one of my favorite details is this wooden bowl filled with dried oranges and a vintage DIY cookie jar cutters. It adds such a cozy, rustic feel to the space and reminds me of baking with family during the holidays. Now we're heading upstairs. This is part of the house I don't share very often, but I'm also excited to give you a peek today. Right at the top of the stairs, you'll find our family's Disney tree. This is one of my favorite spots in the house because it's the safest place for it. With $6 here every day, this is the one area they don't get access to. This tree is special because it's filled with ornaments we've collected over the years from our travels to various Disney destinations. It also has some DIY ornaments my kids made when they were little, which makes it so nostalgic for our family. I always kept this tree as the only one with multicolored lights, and I love that I can switch the lighting to whatever mood I want. It just adds that magical touch. Now let's head into the primary master bedroom. I'm so happy with how it come together this year. In the corner, I added a smaller flock tree that's decorated with flocked pine cones that actually came with the flocked pine cones. I did not have to add them to it. I chose to keep this one simple and left it without ornaments. This year I wanted the tree to stand out on its own, and I think it looks so beautiful as is. While I think it would look lovely with ornaments, I just love the idea of having a peaceful, beautiful tree in my bedroom that doesn't need extra decorations. The rest of the primary bedroom is styled similarly to the main floor with cozy and inviting touches, and I added a few Christmas photos to make the space feel even more personal. I also made sure my bed feels extra cozy for the season with throws and pillows, perfect for a peaceful holiday retreat. Thank you so much for joining me on this holiday home tour. I hope it gave you all the inspiration you need to get into the Christmas spirit and start decorating your own home. As always, there will be links to some of the items I've used in the description box, but if you're looking for a full list of all the details, be sure to check out the individual Decorate With Me video for each room, which I've linked in the description box as well. Before I go, I just want to take a moment to wish all my American friends a very happy Thanksgiving. And to everyone, I wish you all the happiest of holidays. May your season be filled with love, joy, and lots of cozy moments. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Happy holidays, everyone.